Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you all are safe at your home, so stay home and stay safe. This video is for the students of class 7th, subject English. In this video, we shall read a lesson number 3, The Desert, from an alien hand, and this is my lecture number 2 for this chapter. So in our last lecture, we read the chapter line by line, and after that I gave you homework that you have to do question answers in your rough notebook on the basis of your understanding of the chapter. Now in this chapter, we shall revise our lesson number 3, and after that we shall discuss homework solution of our lecture number 1. So let's revise our lesson number 3 from an alien handbook, and the name of the chapter is The Desert. So, in our chapter, The Desert, first of all, we read about the desert and what is the desert according to the popular belief and according to people who have studied about the desert. So, first of all, let's have a look on the popular belief of people about the desert. Now, most of the people think that the desert is an endless stretch of sand. There is no rainfall, therefore no vegetation. It is dry, hot, waterless, and without shelter. Now, it is very commonly believed and popularly believed that a desert is a place where there is no rainfall and therefore no plants and greenery, so no vegetation. And it is said that it is a very dry, hot, and waterless place where there is no shelter. But the question arises, is it true? Is it completely true? No, it is not the complete truth. So, till now we have read that according to the popular belief of people, what is the desert? Now we shall read according to people who have studied about deserts, what are deserts? It is not always a flat land. So the people who have studied about desert, they say that it is not necessary that desert is always a flat land. It may have an oasis. They say that, that a desert can have an oasis. Now the question arises, what is an oasis? Oasis is like a green island in the middle of a desert where water is found. So what is an oasis? An oasis is a fertile land where there is water and there is possibility of plants or trees to grow. After that we read, some deserts are totally without water. In such places, strong winds blow, raising heaps of sand and depositing them as mound. Mound means a small hill. These are called sand dunes that shift and move endlessly across the desert. After that, we read that there are some deserts which are totally without water, in which there is no water at all. In such deserts or in such places, strong winds blow, which carry sands with them, and these sands deposit at a place and form a heap of sand, or we can say mound, or a small hill of sand. And these mounds are known as sand dunes that keep on shifting endlessly from one place to another place. And due to these sand dunes, there are many or various plants which cannot survive in such condition. So this was all about deserts according to the popular belief of people and according to the people who have studied about them. Okay, now in this chapter further we will read about plants and animals in desert. First of all, we will read about ship of the desert, that is camel. Then we will read about small desert animals, and at last we will read about desert plants. So let's start with ship of the desert, that is camel. Now the question arises, why camels are known as the ship of the desert? Camels can drink a lot of water at one time. They can go without water for days. The reason is that they sweat very less and can stand high body temperature. Now the question was that why camels are known as ship of the desert. Camels are known as ship of the desert because they can live effortlessly in the extreme climate of desert. They drink a lot of water at one time and they retain that water in their body, and they can go without water for days. That's why they can survive easily and effortlessly in the extreme condition of the desert. Now, what is the reason that they can drink a lot of water at one time and then they can retain that water in their body? The reason is that they sweat very less, and due to which they can stand high body temperature all the time. So they drink a lot of water at one time, store that water in their hump, and then they can go without water for days. That is how they can live effortlessly in a desert, and this is the reason that camels are known as the ship of the desert. Now we shall read about small desert animals. So we know that camels can live effortlessly in the extreme condition of the desert. Now the question arises, how do other small desert animals survive in the desert? Okay, how do they fulfill their need for water? These do not drink water. They burrow underground during the hot day, and come out at night to eat. What do these small desert animals do? They do not drink water. They burrow themselves under the ground during daytime and come out at night to eat. Now the question arises, how do they fulfill their need for water? See, some of them eat other animals and get the water they need from the moisture in the meat. Others eat plants and seeds and get the water they need from plant juices. So, what the other animals do, some of them eat other animals at night and they fulfill their water needs by the moisture of their meat, while other animals eat plants and seeds and get the water they need from the plant juices. Okay. Now, how do desert plants adapt themselves according to the temperature of the desert? Desert plants also adapt themselves. For example, cactus plant stores water in their thick stems. Their roots are close to the surface of the ground and quickly absorb the moisture from the light rain that occasionally fall. So what do desert plants do? They also adapt themselves according to the temperature of the desert. For example, cactus. We know that cactus are found in desert. Okay, so how do cactus survive? Cactus plants store water in their thick stems. Their roots are very close to the ground, so whenever it rains, occasionally whenever it rains, they quickly absorb the moisture from the ground and they fulfill the need of water. Okay. Temperature in the desert shows high variation because of moisture. Deserts are an important part of nature's great plan. Just because they are hot and dry, we should not look upon them as useless parts of earth. So what do we learn from this chapter? We learned that deserts are an important part of our nature. Just because they are hot and dry, we should not consider them as a useless part of our earth. Okay. The moral of the story is, deserts play an important part in nature's cycle of life. Just because they are hot and dry, we should not ignore them as useless parts of the earth. So now we have revised our lesson number 3. I hope you understood it better. Now your homework is you have to learn this chapter. Okay, you have to learn lesson number 3, the desert. So now let's discuss the homework solution of our lesson number 3, the desert, and alien hand, lecture number 1. Now open your fair notebooks, make format, and write down your lesson number 3, the desert. Draw proper margin, okay, and write down the heading word meanings. After that, write down your first word, that is regions. Its meaning is areas. I repeat, your first word is regions. Its meaning is areas. Your second word is mount. Its meaning is big heaps, or we can say small hills. I repeat, your second word is mounts. Its meaning is big heaps or small hills. Third word is adept. Third word is adept. Its meaning is change. Adapt, its meaning is change. Now your fourth one is absorb. Its meaning is take in completely. I repeat, absorb. Its meaning is take in completely. Fifth word is moisture. Your fifth word is moisture. Its meaning is wetness. I repeat your fifth word, moisture. Its meaning is wetness. Sixth word is burrow. Its meaning is move underground by digging. I repeat your sixth word is burrow. Its meaning is move underground by digging. So now let's start our question answers. First of all, we will do our comprehension check given on page number 16 of your An Alien Handbook. So the first question is from the first paragraph. First part, pick out two phrases which describe the desert as most people believe it is. Second, pick out two phrases which describe the desert as specialists see it. Which do you think is an apt description and why? The answer is first part, two phrases which describe the desert as most people believe it is: dry, hot, waterless, and without shelter. And your second phrase is an endless stretch of sand where no rain falls and therefore no vegetation grows. I repeat the answer of first part. Two phrases which describe the desert as most people believe it is: dry, hot, waterless, and without shelter. Second, an endless stretch of sand where no rain falls and therefore no vegetation grows. Now, answer of your second part of the question is two phrases which describe the desert as specialists see it. First, a beautiful place. Second, home of a variety of people, animals, and plants. I repeat, the first phrase is a beautiful place, and the second phrase is home of a variety of people, animals, and plants. Now, the next part of your question was, which do you think is an apt description and why? I think both the descriptions are apt in their own way, as most people describe it what they saw on television or read over internet, while specialists made the conclusion by their interest and experience after living in desert. I repeat, I think both the descriptions are apt in their own way, as most people describe it what they saw on television or read over internet, while specialists made the conclusion by their interest and experience after living in desert. Now, your second question is the phrases on the left in the following box occur in the text. Match each of them with a phrase on the right. Now what you have to do, you have to match the phrases from the left side to the phrases on the right side. Okay. If you are having your books, supplementary reader books, then you can do this question in your books itself. Otherwise, you can do it in your fair notebook. So the answer of the question is the first phrase is an endless stretch of sand. It will be matched with nothing but sand as far as one can see. Nothing but sand as far as one can see. Second, waterless and without shelter. This phrase will be matched with no water and no shade. No water and no shade. Third phrase is an oasis. It will be matched with fertile place with water and plants in a desert. I repeat, fertile place with water and plants in a desert. The fourth phrase is hidden by a cover of grass. It will be matched with not visible because the grass is thick. I repeat, not visible because the grass is thick. Now, we shall do comprehension check given on page number 19 of your book. The first question is, a camel can do without water for days together. What is the reason given in the text? I repeat, your question is, a camel can do without water for days together. What is the reason given in the text? The answer is, a camel can do without water for days together because they sweat very little. Camels can drink a lot of water at one time and can retain it for a long period of time. I repeat, your answer is a camel can do without water for days together because they sweat very little. Camels can drink a lot of water at one time and can retain it for a long period of time. Now, your second question is, how do the smaller desert animals fulfill their need for water? I repeat, how do the smaller desert animals fulfill their need for water? The answer is the smaller animals fulfill their need for water by burrowing underground during the hot day and come out at night to eat. Some of them eat other animals and get the water they need from the moisture in the meat. Others eat plants and seeds and get the water they need from plant juices. I repeat, the answer is the smaller animals fulfill their need for water by burrowing underground during the hot day and come out at night to eat. Some of them eat other animals and get the water they need from the moisture in the meat. Others eat plants and seeds and get the water they need from plant juices. Now, your third question is, in a desert, the temperature rises during the day and falls rapidly at night. Why? I repeat, your question is, in a desert, the temperature rises during the day and falls rapidly at night. Why? The answer is, in humid climate, the moisture in the air acts like a blanket and protects the Earth's surface from the hot rays of the sun. The absence of this blanket in desert land causes the desert to heat up rapidly during the day and to cool off rapidly at night. I repeat, the answer is in humid climate, the moisture in the air acts like a blanket and protects the Earth's surface from the hot rays of the sun. The absence of this blanket in desert land causes the desert to heat up rapidly during the day and to cool off rapidly at night. So this was all about today's lecture number 2 of lesson 3, the desert. I hope you liked this video. If you liked this video, then please subscribe our channel.